So not gonna lie, life is kind of kicking me in the booty. It's kind of just ganging up on me. I'm worrying about work, worrying about world issues, the economy, all that stuff is ganging up on me. I can't even breathe, bro. So I've been participating in like a little bit of retail therapy. A little bit of splurging, if you catch what I'm saying. But I'm broke. I'm broke as fuck. But the demons be in my head. Even in my head, like,
buy that worthless $20 product that you will never use and succumb to your materialistic desires. Yes, spend your money on the Steam Spring Sale. You will definitely get around to playing the games eventually.
And I fold every time. The endorphins just run through me. It just gets straight injected into my veins every time I hit checkout on Amazon. And it's kind of just every time I hit that add to cart, this does something to, man. I don't know what it is, but that high doesn't really last forever, especially when I buy something that's digital or like perishable. Never satisfied the high, and I'm always looking for like the next thing. But then something reached out to me, like God has shined his light in my face. It's like,
listen, the ultimate form of retail therapy is buying physical media.
And life was never the same after that. I've been going crazy buying physical media. I bought more manga, more books. I bought more physical video games. I've been buying Blu-Rays, and it's been like the best decision I could have ever made. But there's something missing. It just doesn't feel the same buying a video game from Best Buy, fuck GameStop by the way, as it does when I was a kid. So I want to explore why I started collecting physical media, and maybe why you should too, but also what is missing from it in today's world. How are you doing, everybody? Hope you're doing well. You know who it is. It's DatOnePanda, and get ready to roll one up because today we're going to be talking about the lost art of physical media. And we're going to divide this video into 3 different sections. We're going to talk about video games, Blu-rays and DVDs, and books and manga. So without further ado, let's jump into it. In 2008, physical video game spending was at an all-time peak. I mean, of course it was. 2008 was, in my opinion, one of the best years for video games. Honestly, one of my favorite years for media as a whole. Like, picture this. You're sitting in the back of your mom's 2007 minivan with the DVD players. So y'all remember the DVD players in the cars? Kind of went dummy. I never had one, but I was like, damn, you have a DVD player in your car? You kind of rich for real. You're watching iCarly on DVD player. If your CD player of Kanye's new release, Heartless, before that dude turned crazy. And you're playing Pokemon Platinum on your new Nintendo DS, trying to figure out how to get Lucario. Peak cinema right there. Like, we really had peak games in 2008 throughout it, for real. Like, we had fucking Left 4 Dead. We had Dead Space, we had GTA 4, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Mario Kart Wii, Persona 4. Games that were like really changing the game space for real. And I'm getting sidetracked. But ever since that year, the sales of physical media has declined year after year. Game Informer reports that in 2023, it was reported that only 10.5% of games sold in the previous year were physical, while roughly 89.5% were digital downloads. Although most companies are so committed to selling physical game discs, retailers like Walmart and Best Buy have slowly started to phase out their former in the stores. And with all that happening, I was like, why don't I just start buying physical games? Not only own my games, but to really flex on niggas. Because what y'all know about this? What y'all know about this? What y'all know about this, huh? What you know about this, huh? Never seen a nigga do a video game spread like this before. Fuck. Hold on. That was gonna be really cool. Hold on. Fuck. Does that look cool? Does that look cool? Y'all understand? Y'all get it. Show me your spread. Show me your spread. You can't, digital boy. You can't even do that shit. You can't even do that shit. Big physical games around here. Big physical games. So was it worth it? I think it was. But I still can't satisfy my unquenchable thirst for deep appeasement in this capitalistic society. So long story short, I'm glad I bought these, but I don't feel any type of fulfillment buying these physical. At least not remotely as close as it was when I was 9 years old and I walked into GameStop and found Path of the Ninja 2 for the Nintendo DS. It was worth to buy the physical video games, but the structure of the video game marketplace right now is complete ass. Complete booty cheeks, almost as the Sparking Zero is right now. That was a joke. Sparky Zero fans don't get, oh my, shut up. You know, you go out and buy a physical video game and you're either greeted with an authorized code or a disc that when you pop in, it just downloads everything over the internet. But this is a very, very small amount of video games that do this currently. So it is unlikely that you actually run into this, especially if you play on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo actually puts a marker on their video game cases that indicate whether you're buying a code to a game or if you're actually buying the physical video game. But this misconception has actually put a damper on the whole physical video game ecosystem. A lot of people already think in their heads that there's no point in buying the physical video game because we're just buying a code, which is not the case. But they aren't completely wrong. This misconception is low-key a little bit of Microsoft's fault. Back in 2013, during Xbox One's reveal presentation, they revealed that they wanted to have physical games not hold the game file, but actually hold a game license that would be tied to your account and require constant online DRM checks to actually work. This, of course, is met with a lot of public discourse and criticisms. Even Sony poked a little fun at Xbox by posting a video talking about how to share your favorite PS4 games with your friends.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
And Xbox, reverse course, of course, and said they're not going to do that anymore. But physical games is not plug and play still. It's expected when you put in a video game disc for the console to download the contents off the disc onto the console itself. As the games haven't ran off disk in years, it's kind of just impractical and impossible to read 4K textures and all those files fast enough off an optical drive. It's much faster to read it off the actual hard drive itself. There are two instances in which you would need more than what's in the contents of the disk to actually play the game. One instance is when you would need to download the extra files from the internet that couldn't fit on the disk, like Star Wars Jedi Survivor and the plethora of Call of Duty games. The second time is due to the current trend of video game companies releasing games that aren't finished and requiring a day one patch for the game. There is, though, an unspoken third instance. If you buy Xbox games, some of the game discs are hybrid, and these hybrid discs contain the files for the Xbox One console. If you put it into your Xbox Series X, it will download the upgraded version for that console, versus the separate PS4 and PS5 disc releases. I'm sorry, can I say something real quick? I don't give a fuck about any console wars or anything like that. I'm not a fucking dweeb. I have a girlfriend, blah, blah. I'm not a fucking loser. But if you seriously looked between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and chose the Xbox Series X, what's wrong with you? Like, Xbox to PS5 is like what Android is to Apple. But it's actually what Apple thinks Android niggas are, actually, because Android is technically better than Apple, but Xbox is not better than PS5 in any other way. There's no underdog type of story for Xbox. I mean, I get the Game Pass, blah, blah. Okay, Game Pass, cool. If you fuck with the Game Pass, that's cool. Other than that, are you guys really playing anime fighting games on the Xbox Series X? What are we talking about? Before the Xbox niggas, Xbox sexuals start putting in my comments, be like, it was a joke. It was a joke. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Calm down. There's actually an amazing website called datsonepanda.org, which allows gamers to search whether or not their game requires an internet connection to play or not. The games get tested by a group of testers that have their consoles run in offline mode, meaning no internet connection and there's no account assigned into the game, third-party account like EA or Bethesda. And then they load up the game and see if they can play it from start to end without any bugs or require any downloads or anything like that. And we rate it on two sections, like offline play and download required. Is this a single player game, and how much of it is single player, and how much of the content can actually play without running into any game breaking bugs, or can I even load the game without downloading anything extra. You just did a lot of learning. Pat yourself on the back. You just did a lot. Go ahead, grab yourself a nice apple juice, take a little break. You deserve it. Okay, one of the reasons I feel like it's worth buying the physical games is because, of course, the preservation of them. I want to be able to play the games when I want, wherever I want. I want to be 60 years old and show my grandchildren the peak that is the Final Fantasy 16 opening, when the PlayStation networks are long gone. And as we see with the Desert playlist, the majority of games released at this time of making this video allow me to do that. The second reason I think it's worth buying physical games is that I can trade the games and even sell them if I see fit. I can't do that with digital games as I sell my entire console on my entire account. And the third reason I believe it's worth buying physical games is that they're fucking cheap. 2 months ago, I bought this copy of Final Fantasy 16 for $23. If you look at the store, I think it's still like $60. At the time of buying it, it was like $50 or something on the digital store. Why would I go and buy it on the PlayStation Store for $50 when I could go to fucking Target and buy it for fucking $23? Exactly. And even if I waited for like a spring sale on Steam or something like that, it might have went $20 cheaper than the $60, so it might have been like $40 when I bought it. But that doesn't. $20 is cheaper than $40. You get me? Like, buying physical games is a great way to grow your video game catalog without breaking the bank. I feel way better spending $20 on the game than never finishing it than buying a whole backlog of games I paid full for than never playing it. I mean, I guess how much you spend on video games doesn't really matter to you if you're a PS5 nigga, because y'all don't really be caring how much you spend on video games, because y'all be spending $70 on The Last of Us, and that came out during the Stone Ages. Buying physical games is great, but like I said earlier, it doesn't give me the same satisfaction as it once did. First off, I having to get up and like finger the fucking disc every time I want to play another game. Like, I have to leave my comfort of my couch to fucking finger the disc and then put another disc into the console. I'm like, fucking god, ew. But for real, the real glaring issue is that companies don't put their heart into the physical releases anymore. So anyways, it can be a little difficult finding the disc of the game you really want, especially brand new. You might have to buy it used. It might not even come in the case that you actually wanted it. But not only do game companies create less and less discs, but they also don't give out any cool extras with their physical game releases anymore. No game manuals, no posters, no little trinkets, no little sweet treat for your dessert, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I missed looking at the instruction booklet on the way home, seeing cool little moments from the game I couldn't wait to experience. Not only was it nice to learn about the game before I played it, but the art in the books were sometimes nice. Like, for example, with the Kingdom Hearts 2 release, you got little character descriptions accompanied with a nice formatted and styled manual. Same with Halo 2. Upon reading, you get more insight into the lore and the universe, accompanied with your character, gun, and vehicle descriptions. Some games even went above and beyond. For example, Fallout 2 had a Fallout-themed cookbook in the manual. I see a lot of discourse though surrounding the want for video game manuals. It seems like a lot of people are conflating the stopping of putting manuals in game cases as a net positive. That's not the case. No amount of, well, I didn't read it, or while we're saving trees, does make this a good thing. We need to realize that there were people that read the game manuals and appreciated it, and that these manuals weren't just instructions on how to play the game, but also gave you cool lore and cool character art and pictures, and they were honestly just a nice keepsake. If they don't want to bring back full-fledged manuals, then maybe a poster or some insight of how the game was made would be nice. Like, interview the director or the developers and all their artists and all of that. Give people something. It's so weird how people just love to dick suck corporations. Like, yes, give me less content. I want to pay $100 for a video game release and not get any physical content. Like, get the dick out of your mouth. Like, oh, back then physical games were $60, so games should be $100. Nigga, shut up. We all can't survive. We're struggling. I don't want to pay $100 for a video game. Anyways, some companies are still including little manuals or trinkets for the consumer, like Story of Seasons or how Astrobot's released a poster. Some games actually, like Split Fiction and Assassin's Creed, teamed up with retailers to give out exclusive items. Split Fiction teamed up with Best Buy to give out exclusive keychains, and Assassin's Creed teamed up with Best Buy to give out lithographs, whatever that is. Speaking of Best Buy exclusive deals, this transitions me into the next reason why buying physical games is low-key bun to me right now. And not the good type of buns, honey buns. You know, the one type of honey bun with the little crusty glaze on it, that's just ass. It's just nasty as fuck. If you eat that shit, you do not care what happens to your body. Like, you eat that shit, realize your lifespan's getting shorter, it's like, I guess it is what it is. Fucking gross. It's not good. Just get the normal honey bun. Anyways, the downfall of GameStop and a central place to buy video games fucked this whole thing up severely. While I'm upset we don't have a central place to buy video games, I'm also not upset that GameStop failed. It's always fuck GameStop. You know, fuck you smoking that doing the fucking GameStop hack, bro. Fuck GameStop all the way. Fucking loser ass company for a loser ass CEO. Fucking stupid dumbass bitch. He came out and said that, oh, DEI is the reason why my company failed. You know, not your fucking dumbass trading policy. Trading policy is fucking heavily predatory to your customers. And it's just like, what the fuck? We tried a brand new PS5 games You get 2 pennies and a slap to the face. You think that business model people would support? You walk to a fucking GameStop, you also don't see any fucking games. Bro, I walked into the GameStop not long ago, a mountain of just plushies. I had to walk all the way to the back of the store to get to the video games. And there's like 5 aisles of plushies, like 2 aisles of fucking video games. Why? Fucking rack with 5 games on it. The fuck? I had to go through a fucking maze of Funko Pops and the most ugly plushies I've ever seen to get 1 fucking game. And then I had to fucking get harassed with an employee with cat ears and a fucking butt plug breathing down my neck asking if I want to sign up for the pro membership. I don't want to sign up, naked. I don't want to sign up. And okay, actually the employees are actually always cool. They're always the most helpful and nice people out there. They always don't help me out. Yeah, I know they're forced to sell me a credit card. I know how retail works. It fucking sucks that they're forced to do all that shit. It's so crazy to me how GameStop at one point was on top of the world. Like anytime someone thought about buying video games, you thought of GameStop and like went to them. And there were so many things GameStop could have done to make their business so profit, but instead they tried to pivot to becoming a figure store and a plushie store, a Funko Pop store, then to an esports store, a company, then to a fucking Bitcoin. And like you're out of the loop so much. Goddamn, weren't they also like last year or something talking about, oh, we're gonna start selling like old consoles and all that stuff? They don't know what they're doing. They're completely lost. For example, what GameStop could have done so they could have went harder on testing video games. Like now, anytime you go into a GameStop, you're met with this Nintendo Switch that has Tears of the Kingdom on it. You can like test it out. Tears of the Kingdom came out 2 years ago. Let me test other games. What they really should have done is put a PS5 and like an Xbox on the floor, right? And anytime a new really popular game came out, you could play that game on it for like a couple hours before you played the game, and maybe put a bunch of those consoles out on the floor so people can actually try out games and everything like that. Come on. I know GameStop's also like ties to the actual business and anything like that. So why didn't y'all like ask developers and game companies to be able to do this? Like what are we talking about? To give you more exclusive demos. Why? And also, why is Best Buy giving out the exclusive deals, exclusive trinkets, the keychains? Why hasn't GameStop tried to do that? I have no reason to buy a game at GameStop over Best Buy or Target. So fuck Target as well. But still. Or maybe big brain thought, maybe make my trade-in value actually matter. When I trade in a game, make it actually matter. Maybe if I give you guys a PS5 game, maybe half the cost of a PS5 game for me. Like, okay, you give me a €2 PS5 game. I'll give you one PS5 game for half off. Something like that. Like, yo, give me that. Like, oh, one PS5 game for half off, or 2 PS5 games for 1 full PS5. I don't know. Do something. But what y'all doing giving like, oh, return fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, give me $5 for it. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's just insane to me. Like back in the day, I could go to GameStop with like maybe 1 game on my mind and then go in and see 3 other games that look mad cool and then walk out with 4 games I was not expecting to walk out with. You can't really do that anymore. You don't really browse video games in person anymore, and it kind of just sucks. I want to do that again in a space that represents gaming. I could be around other gamers and all that stuff. There just isn't a space for that anymore, and it is sad, the sad reality that video games are in right now. Blu-rays! Let's talk about Blu-rays, guys! Whoa, Blu-rays! I just started getting into Blu-ray collecting, and I always had DVDs and Blu-rays in my house growing up, and allegedly bootlegs. I started to realize that buying movies and TV shows is actually really important. Like more important to me actually than buying physical video games. Because the reality of losing ways to watch my favorite TV shows and movies are happening right now. Like it's right in front of us. Like it's not speculation. It's not only happening once in a while or once in a blue moon. It's happening right as we speak. We lose access to a new way to watch a movie or a TV show all the time. Netflix, which is introducing more and more advertisements, only carries 7 films from the Letterboxd Top 250. Furthermore, it only has zero of the top 100 movies on the recent AFI poll, and 0 of the top 100 movies on the Sight and Sounds critical list. Isn't that crazy how they don't have movies like that for real and we're spending so much money on them? Max just removed a bunch of Cartoon Network shows off their streaming platform. No more regular show, no more Gumball. And it's just like peak television just wiped off. Pantheon, an amazing TV show that aired on FX that I've been put off for years because I was like, I just have so much stuff to watch, just got picked up on Netflix. Before, there was no way to watch that show. It was on any streaming platform. I allegedly had to watch the first season illegally because I could not watch it anywhere. And I watched the show last year. Last year I watched that show. It just got on Netflix last year, the first season. And the second season didn't get put on until a couple months ago. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And it seems like the animation industry takes the brunt of this time after time, and it's very annoying. It's so bad to the point where a lot of animation creators have came out and said, hey, you can pirate my show. And it's kind of crazy that that's this reality. Like, they have no way to actually watch the content. So like, yeah, go pirate it, because we have no way to make any money from the show because there's no way to watch this. This, of course, happens to live action TV shows and movies as well. But just think about not being able to watch Interstellar or Blade Runner or Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama. Like, what? I can't even imagine a reality with that. That's crazy. So I started collecting Blu-rays, and just like physical video games, is losing its flavor. Like, you know, when you put a Sour Patch in your mouth and start sucking on it, and you suck off all the sugar, and it's like, damn, I really wish it had the sugar on it right now. And it's reminiscing about what it once was. Y'all do that? Do y'all suck the Sour Patch shit? Do y'all suck Sour Patch? Loki, that's the best way to eat it. Loki, no, it is. It's like, this is like scientists have said it's the best way to eat Sour Patch. I'm just saying, like, it's the best way to eat Sour Patch. So the first actual Blu-ray I bought with my own money, especially the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood box set 1 and 2. And it comes in like this little box. Box set 2 is black, and it does look amazing. It's one of my favorite purchases of all time, I will say. I spent a little bit too much money on it, just a little bit, but it was really worth it. They come with, of course, the complete series, and they all come with these like cool discs with all this art on it. Like, look at that. It's phenomenal. And they also, both box set 1 and 2 come with a little art book. And they have like little character descriptions and character art in there. And it's really nice just reading through all of this and seeing the little like sketches of them and everything like that. It's really nice. I will say, after watching it through the Blu-ray versus watching it like on Crunchyroll or something like that, streaming it, I will say the quality of this has been leagues ahead of what I'm seeing through streaming. The audio is way better. The video quality is way better. I'm noticing details I have not really seen before. And this is usually consistent throughout the Blu-ray experience. When you're watching something digitally, not only do you need to consider the upload quality of the video you're watching and the plan you subscribe to on that streaming service, like how HBO requires you to pay extra for 4K and how Netflix requires you to pay extra for 4K and all of that. You also need to worry about your internet connection as well and how fast that is. I don't know why some of you are even playing around with streaming. You live in bumfuck Arizona, got about a 5 upload speed and a 10 download speed. And every time you turn on the microwave, you know, the microwave somehow, for whatever reason, lowers the download speed by half. How is that even possible? You better start buying your shows, bro, because you can't watch nothing. Also, 1080p on a disc will always look better than 1080p on a digital stream. The compression and the decoding and the reproduction of the file requires passing several like ones and O's of data. And when that data can't go through fast enough, it reduces the quality. When you're watching a stream, you have to worry about the compression and the decoding and reproduction. That requires passing a lot of data. It's way faster to read that data off of a disk than it is reading it over the internet. The audio, though, is the biggest difference. I've noticed this tremendously. It's kind of crazy. The audio of Fullmetal Alchemist has thoroughly surprised me. And I'm like, this is crazy. And I read some of the Reddit threads and Blu-rays and all that stuff. And this is a continuous thing. That audio is just way better. And like, I want better audio, of course. Another benefit to Blu-ray is that you can also just rip the movie straight off the Blu-ray, and then you can store it in your digital library and store it on your hard drive or something so you always have it. And I don't know, it's just kind of nice. Like I said though, the Fullmetal Alchemist Blu-ray was little on the pricey side, but most Blu-rays aren't this much. Some places you can buy Blu-rays for really cheap, like Amazon, you go to local thrift stores, Barnes & Noble, a place called grub.com. There's a plethora of places you can buy good price Blu-rays at, so you don't need to break the bank at all. And honestly, Crunchyroll has some really good anime Blu-rays for a good price. They always have sales, so you can always check them out as well. But Blu-ray buying, just like video games, The marketplace is in a very, very sorry state right now. So much of a sorry state, I might as well call it South Dakota. Why call it South Dakota? What goes on in that state? Tell me. What goes on in South Dakota that you have heard of in the past 10 years? Nothing. Back in the good old days, we might get little bonus features, and little bonus content along with our movie. Get little deleted scenes, some little games, and some of these movies went above and beyond with the bonus features. For example, Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay, I think it was, had a bonus feature where you could choose what happens in the movie. It would be like a choose your own adventure type of thing, where they have like alternate endings, and some of the endings would be like extra 20 minutes or whatever bonus content, be way more bonus content, all that stuff, and like alternate decisions, alternate stuff like that. It was really cool. Shrek, one of the Shrek movies had like a talent show game. It was just really cool, fun stuff. Some movies, of course, still include some bonus features like some behind the scenes content and all of that, but it's definitely way less than before. The reason why they probably don't think they need to make more content is because when DVDs first released, they need reasons to sell DVDs more than VHS, like reason to entice people to buy more DVDs. So they included more bonus features and all that in VHSs and all that stuff. But now that Blu-rays are out and physical media sales are falling off, why would I create said content? No amount of bonus features are going to entice people to buy it because they don't want to. It can also take years sometimes for certain TV shows or movies to get a physical release, as some companies just don't care to release it physically, or the film distributors just don't have enough money to actually release it. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. I don't want to, that's a lot of reading and a lot of talking. It's like, that's too much for my brain right now. But read up on it if you want. It's really interesting. But there are some film distributors like Shout and Arrow that actually are dedicated to not only preserving physical media, but also offering bonus content as well. These retailers are a little pricier, but the prices can be worth it, and they do go on sale a lot as well. It's very sad. There might be a time when companies have stopped selling physical media altogether. I mean, they're really slowing it down already. And the reality is really setting in that like, oh yeah, Blu-rays and DVDs and all that might just be like a dying thing. Like we might never get TV show releases and physically or anything like that anymore. And it's sad because imagine there not being a way to watch your favorite childhood TV shows. That's just crazy to me. I mean, yes, there's always like, pirating or whatever like that, but those can be taken down. Those can be, like kind of sketchy. And it's just like, that's not a nice viewing experience. So I really hope people, start buying more physical media so companies can start releasing more physical TV shows and all that, because you want to be able to watch shows. Like it's going to be without one show like, I really want to go back and watch it. And then it's easily just turn it on, just watch it. But there may be a time when that's not a thing anymore. It's one of the art forms I'm most scared of going away, and it's happening right in front of our faces. Final form of physical media that I want to talk about, an ancient art form that the elders used to chronicle stories back in the day, is books.
Star, we ain't know where a bookstore was, nigga. We right here in front of Barney's and Nobley, nigga. Every day. Came in here and got all your books, nigga. Every day, nigga.
I love books, actually. I'm a reader myself. I've been collecting books since I was young. Of course, we got the Dragon Ball. We got the Die Dark, and also novels as well. I've been reading novels, nigga. I've been reading novels. But I've been collecting manga and books since I was young. I don't like sitting on my phone to read. I don't like that. The reason I like reading physically is I can get a break from looking at my screen. It kind of just like gives my eyes a rest. And I feel like it's kind of counterproductive to read on your phone. I mean, to each their own, but that's just what I like to do. It kind of just relaxes me. I do, though, like the convenience that reading on my phone brings. Sometimes I might read some manga on there, but reading like novels and all of that physically allows me to really like dive in imagination wise into the book. It's just, I get to get more immersed into the world. Books and manga is the one physical media that I don't think is falling off, and I don't see it ever falling off. Worthwhile wise and structure wise, like I'm actually seeing a resurgence. More and more people are buying books physically. Barnes & Noble has rose from the dead as it went from closing down a bunch of stores a few years ago, now reopening a bunch the past couple of years, and actually attributes a lot of that growth to TikTok. And a lot of TikTok creators are showing off their favorite books and driving people to go to their stores, and also allowing local management to decide how to decorate their stores and like, you know, where to put certain books and all that stuff. So letting the, you know, the local employees actually have control over the stores. And that's how you do it. That is literally how, like, that's how you get a business back from the dead. Low-key, some of the growth has to probably come from a lot of you niggas standing in the manga section trying to look all mysterious. But I'd be like, ooh, I'm gonna find my little manga girly or whatever. That shit don't work, nigga. That shit don't work. You standing there by the manga section waiting for the girl. I know you're not reading no books, nigga. I know you're not reading no books, nigga. Fucking go, bro. Books also have not lost their sauce. You know, they still have, you know, little cute little bonus features like posters or mini comics, extra illustrations and all that stuff. Manga has a lot of this as well. My favorite book right now, Die Dark. In the back of it, you get little crossword puzzles that relate to the actual manga that you just read, and it's really cool. And you get little, you know, extra designs and all of that you would not get if you read the manga digitally. So physical books have not fallen off, and I don't think will ever fall off. Also, if you're skeptical about buying a certain book, sometimes Amazon or Barnes & Noble will let you read the first chapter or so of a book before you buy it. Viz Media technically does this a little bit. You know, Viz Media and Shonen Jump kind of allows you to do this with their digital manga. You can like read the first 3 chapters sometimes before you go out and buy the subscription. But you can just use that to go and then buy the actual physical manga, or just go into the Barnes & Noble and, you know, read a couple chapters of the book. If you like it, purchase it. Physical media is like the only one that has not fallen off. Worthwhile wise, they're pretty cost effective, and you know, accessibility wise in the market as structure has been great. I love buying books. It's great. I can't believe I said I love reading books. I love buying books. Nerd ass nigga, bro. but here we are now. Aside from books, DVDs and video games are really losing the art of their release. They're really losing the sauce. While video games are the only form I don't really feel a lot of satisfaction of buying physically. With books and DVDs, I'm always getting something in return from buying them, aside from, you know, preserving the media. With buying a movie, you know, I'm getting if I don't have bonus features, I'm getting better audio and video quality. But with buying video games, I'm not getting really anything better than just preserving the game, because they don't include the extra posters or anything like that anymore, bonus features. So I'm not getting any extra quality in it. So it's just kind of just like, I'm not really getting anything out of buying physical video games. It's very sad. But if the video games and DVDs are cost effective for you, the only way we can expect more from these companies and to release more physical releases is if we go out and buy them. And that's the only thing we can try to do to convince them. I will say though, one issue of buying physical games is like, where are you going to store them? Like, it takes up a lot of space to buy a bunch of DVDs or buy a bunch of video games, buy a bunch of books. Like, there's nowhere, like if you live in an apartment like I do, where are you going to put all this stuff? Like, what the hell? Don't even think about moving. You have fucking boxes and boxes of books and DVDs and all that. Hell no, that does not sound nice. But if storage is not a problem for you, and the cost of physical video game releases and DVDs and all that is not a problem for you, I implore you to please go out and buy more physical releases, because now you're really telling companies that you want to take ownership of your media. You're telling them to put more effort into it as well. Like, you want more bonus features, you want more instruction manuals with your games, you want more art stuff with your games or movies and all that stuff. And I think that's the direction we need to go. But I don't know. I'm just a dude with an opinion. I'm a dude with a mic. I just yap. So I guess it's like, you tell me, what do you think? Do you think buying physical media is worth it, or not? Do you think if cost of physical games don't get more expensive as we're in looks to get with the Nintendo Switch release, do you think it's worth buying physical games? Do you think it's worth buying physical DVDs? Do you think it's worth buying books? Have you already started doing that? Why did you start doing that? Let me know. It should be, I want it to be a conversation. Let me know in the comments. You know, I'm really open to conversation. This whole channel is built around community and open discussion. So let me know in the comments. I will definitely reply. You know, you guys reply to other people. Have an open discussion. It should be a very nice and cordial. You know, it just should be a discussion. And I think we really need that in today's day and age, is open discussion. And I love doing that. with that, please subscribe, please like. I would really appreciate it. Y'all rationing subs around here. Y'all watching the videos, but not subbing. Sub up. Sub up. Press the sub button. Sub. I would do. I'm okay. I probably should. I should not make that. I should not make that joke. But anyways, please sub. It would mean a lot to me. Please like. Please comment. I really appreciate it. Please share our contribution and your how can I say, your generosity. Big word. Means a lot to me. And I really appreciate it. A lot of fun videos coming out soon. And I hope you all have a good day. Peace.